Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Going for an angry stroll, and so it wouldn't be a troll. Now you know the rest of the story. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Snap and pick it so I'm still a toad. I'm still a toad. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. Farmers, 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 fried rice. I'm an alpha male, so why am I wearing shade? My blue eyes are my secret power. Farmers, 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 fried rice. 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 Farmers, 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 fried rice.
Okay, can y'all hear me now? Thank y'all, because I was literally just going off saying there's no doubt I'm going to fuck up and mess up because I have not done this in a very, very long time. So, well, hey, I knew I would. So that's that. Yeah, here I am. Anyway, I was saying before I didn't know how to work this thing. Okay, so it's been a while for me, but I had to come back because it's Jorrly. So I've decided to do an experimental stream to see if I know how the bells and whistles work and all of that. I'm just going to do a couple of Jorrun things I think are entertaining. A couple of my new thoughts about Jorrun, maybe. Maybe I'll do like a more of an in-depth stream as time goes on. But truth be told, I need to do some maintenance, like my cuticles and things like that. And I won't sit down and do it unless I have to sit down. So that's what I'm going to be doing while we're doing all this Jorrun stuff. So, okay, let me say hey to everybody in the chat that I can see. Okay. Polyhome, y'all, for sure. Crime Watch Bailey. Actually, one of your things is on my list. I don't know if I'll get to it today. I might because I kind of want to. But yeah, so that's funny. Nuggets, of course. Love seeing you back. Night Driver. Suddenly hungry for fried rice. Y'all know, me too. Nothing beats good fried rice. I like shrimp, but what do y'all like? Actually, I'll even take. There's pineapple fried rice. It's pretty good. Hey, Naked. Is that Naked Manhole? Is that the same Naked, or am I tripping? I might be tripping. I don't know why I thought that Naked Manhole. That's the same person, right? Anyway, I remember the avatar because the green. It is, yay! Okay, I remember it. All right, so let's get back to some. And the other day in Callie's stream, I was asking if anybody had the link to Really Damn Sexual or whatever, because I sing it all day to myself. Not every day, but you know, it's catchy. And then like with Bomb Ass Fried Rice, you're gonna sing it all day, every day, if it gets in your head. So I'm gonna have to just click on Really Damn Sexual real quick because I had no freaking clue it was on his page. Me and Callie couldn't find it. So let's watch that real quick. Or actually, you know what? Let's use it as like a palate cleanser. But I got to remember to go back to it because I freaking love that song. Okay. All right. So like I said, it's just going to be some things that I like, things that y'all might like. And again, if I fuck this all up visually, it's going to be okay. All right. This is not it. Actually, let's go ahead and just add this to my, it's unlisted. Then how do I, because God spoke to, the genies granted my wish. That's what they're doing for me. Sorry, y'all can see everything I'm doing, but I have to. Okay. All right. So let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and pop it off with Cookie Whoopie's Pies. Have y'all seen this pop-up video? I don't think a lot of people have, but as someone who grew up in the 90s, I really fucking loved pop-up video. So it's just the roast with little pop-ups, tidbits of information, just fun, something different. So let's get down with that. Are you down for that? Well, you gotta be, because, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the host of the roast tonight, Mr. Jorrun Comedy. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, weren't all other comics great? Give it up. Give it up for all the presenters. Oh, love you all. Thank you. Let me begin by saying, friends, Romans, Lonographers, lend me your ears. I come here tonight not to praise Armstrong, but to roast him. Lauren, you're looking a little confused. That was a quote from William Shakespeare. I know for sure you've never heard of him before. It is my pleasure tonight to make fun of this man. And I use the word man as loosely as fucking possible. Why am I wearing shades? My blue eyes are my superpower. So good to be here tonight. Lauren, you are legendary for getting people's names wrong. Absolutely legendary. Which is why we now have a member of the community known as Andy Burcat. Ridiculous. So, I'm going to help you out. My name is Jorrun. That's Jor, rhymes with or, and run, which is what you would do if any of us ever came down to bumfuck Maine to look for your ass. Absolutely ridiculous. Ugh. Lauren, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm better than you in every conceivable way. Does that sound conceited? Does that sound like I'm full of myself? I feel like you'd be wrong if I was talking about another man that way, but I'm not talking about a man, I'm talking about Lauren fucking Armstrong, which is why I'm trying to get all you guys to call him an ogre. Makes sense, doesn't it? Lauren, let me run down the list real quickly. I'm smarter than you, I'm better looking than you, I have bluer eyes than you, I'm funnier than you.
Okay, I have to pause it to just make a comment. There's a roast, I think that I don't know if Reborn did it, but it's like to the Lauren's in it. And you see Jorrun doing his thing, and then there's like shots of Lauren to the side, and it's like Lauren's even like, what a joke, or what, but it's like, for the first time I have sympathy, or not sympathy, but like, damn, I'm like on Lauren's side, because like, this is like ridiculous, like Jorrun is fucking ridiculous, and it's a sad world whenever you look ridiculous to Lauren Armstrong, right?
I'm a better writer, singer, songwriter, guitarist, human being. I speak better than you. I'm not a virgin. And there was one other thing. What is it? Oh, I'm not a fucking pedophile. And I've never been to jail. It gets better and better. I'll get back to this loser in a moment. Let me just talk with the people in the crowd today. Clobbering time here. All right, my good buddy, Mr. Clobbering time is here. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Clobber, I understand that you want to keep your anonymity online. That's cool, man. That's cool. But you're here in person. Take that fucking paper bag off your head. TCAP Recipes, another good friend of mine. TCAP Recipes is here, along with his beautiful little girl. Hi, Chef Tango, so adorable. You're a good girl. Yeah, I see you let you up the treadmill. Very nice. No shedding on the floor, though. I'm not talking about the cute little doggy. I'm talking about your hairy arms. Who else is here? Baked Salmon, my buddy Baked Salmon. He's a man, he's a fish. And yet I understand the term mermaid is offensive. Shin Skawala, buongiorno, paisan, buongiorno. Oh, Shin is so Italian, so Italian. Shin, Italians are supposed to be confident and manly. So what I'm saying is Vince Nicotro must really be a disappointment to your entire race. Ugh. Man, that Vince Nicotro, man, what a jerk. The stuff he said to poor West Most. Damn. He said West Most ancestors must know a thing or two about being lynched. I heard that. I'm like, oh, this guy's a jerk. This guy's a genuine asshole. He said that about Wes, and this was my response. But then he said Wes needed a haircut, and I'm like, you do not say that kind of things. That pissed me off. Why? It's because I'm bald. I think it might be, man. I think. Oh. Lornio. Ember tells me that you hate guys who shave their head, huh? I make this look good. See, Lauren, the thing is, I look better bald than you will ever look, and have a funky dent in my head. Yeah, right there. See? Right here. This is the part that hit the ground when Mama dropped me as a baby. Yep. And now you know the rest of the story. Ember Inferno is here. Muy caliente. Ember. What kind of name is Ember? Ember. For a Mexican woman, though. Seriously. I mean, the Mexican woman I dated had a real Spanish name. Kathleen. Ember. Oh, Ember has it. Oh, man. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's talented. Got that sexy voice. Got a good heart. Has helped Betty's so many ways. What I'm saying basically is that she's perfect for me. Racist. I think that was racist. I think that sounded kind of racist, which means Lauren approves. Lauren, I'm not saying for certain that you're a racist, but the way you grabbed your wallet when Mr. Gigi walked by does make you an asshole. It really does. You know, Lauren, one thing that is so amazing about you is you said Emma was your best friend, but whenever your soulmate Winnie would say the most racist things against her because she's Mexican, you'd be like, "Oh, you shouldn't say such things, lol." Yeah. A woman says racist shit about your best friend and you laugh it off, but somebody calls you fat and you lose your fucking shit. You know, Lauren, what's so interesting about the Church of God is it's full of beautiful women. I mean that. The church has so many lovely ladies. And the beauty of it all is none of them would ever have sex with you in a million years. Lauren, let me be crystal fucking clear. Before any of them have sex with you, I will have a threesome. I will. Does that sound consistent? I don't care. I will have sex with 3 women at once before this. Wait, did I just say that the definition of a threesome is me having sex with 3 women? Today, boys and girls, we find out that Jorrun comedy can't count. Oh no! Thank you. That's my time. Good night. God bless you all. Bye.
Okay. I have so much to say about all that. So much to say. All right. First of all, I never realized there was a cut there. So there was a racist joke. I didn't even know. Okay, Bailey, I literally was sitting here thinking like, I don't know if it's because I've watched it on my phone all the other times, but like, yeah, something's weird. It's like the angle or so, I mean, it's his face, but like it's the angle or something too. It just looks, I don't know how somebody looks different in every angle, every facet, every picture. Like I've even like thought recently while going through the whole Jorrun catalog that like his pictures on his dating profiles, like, oh my God, could you imagine thinking that you're gonna meet like what's a picture of his I think is good? And I can be honest, you know, I can be honest. Probably that one of him at the restaurant that he took with for one of the catfish when he had the finger on the table. It was more recent. Like he looks like a likable guy. But then like he gets drunk and then you get to know the real him and it's just you know. Speaking of getting drunk, that's a thought process I had maybe for a future stream. Y'all really, I've just been very reclusive the past couple of years listening to crap, and I've picked up on a couple of things. But it's interesting when you listen back with a new mind, and then you're like, "Whoa!" You know, thing you never thought or saw before. You just see it, and it's very interesting. So let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to make a comment about his Ember fascination. I will say this: like, was he really like into her, or is that was just like a name drop? I don't know. But man, if she was still around, she could have really got some content out of him, man. I tell you what. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that. But all right. The next thing we're gonna watch is one of my favorite Jorrun pieces of work. It is the alpha male Derek rendition of Jorrun's story, Sinbad Speaks. And I'm not gonna unmute myself. I'm not gonna mute myself because I don't know my reactions because it's not necessary for me to be on camera or anything. So I'm just gonna be involved that way. But like it's hilarious, y'all. If you've never heard it or never actually just like enjoyed it, I really hope you will go and do it because I love it so much. I love Matthew Mahogany's voice, not acting, but like his the way he does it. You'll see.
The following is a dramatic reading of Sinbad Speaks, an original story written by Jorrun Comedy.
Yo, so I'm hanging out at Akbar's Tavern, right?
Just me and my best bud in the world, Alibaba, kicking back and drowning some brews, talking about old times, trying to figure out why we ain't yet going on a voyage together. When he walks in, yeah, you guessed it, that spoiled brat Aladdin, that little son of a camel. He all walks in like he owns the place, ever true to form. He's always been like this and always will, jerk.
The jerk.
You know how when you went to school, there was always this one kid who had everything handed to him on a silver platter? Well, Aladdin was that kid, not me, who had to make 7 voyages to get rich. Not Alibaba, who had to kill 40 thieves to make it big. But Aladdin, he'd trip over something and fall, and it'd be some magic jewel or some shit. The only hood he's ever seen the inside of is attached to his cloak. No, Aladdin, or Laddie as I like to call him, was always the rich boy who got whatever he wanted. But that's okay. Me and Ali gave him a good ghetto whooping now and again to keep him in line. So like I was saying, Aladdin walks in like he's all big and bad, as if with this gorgeous flame-haired genie on his arm. Yeah, I know. You heard that genie he had was a huge, freaky-looking creature with blue skin. Wrongo. She was a babe, and that crap about 3 wishes per person. Man, that's how he plays the press. If you knew he was a kid who always had the meal ticket handed to him by fate, would you want to be around him? Not hardly. Especially if his genie was a knockout who was always eager to please. And another thing, guy has more genies than I got changes of underwear. Anywho, Laddie walks in with his genie du jour hanging on his arm, wearing slightly more material than that found in Ali's turban. They go over to the bar, and Aladdin says in this real loud voice, "Innkeeper, a bottle of your best wine for the lady and myself." You know, trying to show off and stuff. Prove how loaded he was, the jerk. So the genie's like, "Oh, master, you're so generous. To have a master like you." And he's like, "Yeah, you are lucky, bitch. Don't you ever forget it." Meanwhile, I'm about to lose my lunch of hummus from listening to these two. Just for your own edification, hummus looks pretty much the same coming down as it does going up. That's a little more information than you needed, ain't it? 1,000 pounds. Laddie, of course, tells the bartender to put it on his tab, cheapskate. He has more shekels than the Sahara has sand, than a stingier than a Casbah merchant. The bartender, of course, realizes that he'll be turned into a rat or something if he don't comply, so he lets it slide. Ali mutters something about how if Aladdin fell into a well, there would be a bottle with a genie in it underneath him. I try to ignore the goings on and ask Ali if he's gotten around to changing the password for the cave yet. I suggest open pumpernickel, open rye, and open Peter. But Ali doesn't like any of my ideas. We discuss carpets that are coming out this year and wonder if they can really fly so much faster than the old models. Shit, I doubt it. They always add new features, but the mileage usually stays the same. Then all of a sudden, Aladdin decides to make us really jealous. He pulls his genie close and starts kissing. And she's like, "Oh, master," in this high voice, like she's so damn pleased. Then he pulls her onto his lap and starts rubbing her back, kissing her neck. "Oh, master," she gushes, "your wish is my command." Ali rolls his eyes. Exhibitionists? Why don't they get themselves a motel room somewhere? Or better yet, I suggest maybe they could go back to her bottle and we could toss it in the bottom of the sea. Ali laughs. Aladdin, meanwhile, sees that we aren't jealous enough. and decides to up the ante. They kiss some more. They're making out in the bar. It was disgusting. Like, people want to look at that. Yo, it was such a desperate act of a dim-witted man. Hey, yelled Ali, this is a public place, y'all. Why don't you wish for a 10 or something? Everybody laughs. Laddie glares at it. Shut up, Baba. Everybody knows you're jealous of me. I laughed so hard at this comment, I spit out my grog. Yeah, right, Aladdin. And that genie's with you cause your sparkling personality? Now the whole tavern's full of people laughing. Laddie turns beet red. You'll pay for that, Sinbad. No one mocks the great Aladdin and gets away with it. Pay for it, I said, with a look of mock horror on my face. Oh dear, Allah. All I have on me to pay you is a mere shekel. Perhaps I should give it to you so you could buy a clue. Aladdin jumps up, flushed with rage. That does it. Jamila, turn this sailor into a scorpion. Well, needless to say, the scorpion lifestyle does nothing for me. And all my lady friends would avoid me, safe to say. And I couldn't let this two-bit punk think I was afraid of him. So I jumped up and caught the chandelier just in time to miss the genie's bolt of magic. My chair wasn't quite so lucky, though. A wooden scorpion appeared in its place. I hope it wasn't too attached to being sat on. Ha! But seriously, though, attempting to transform me into an insect is a surefire way to get on my bad side, know what I'm saying? So I let go of the chandelier and dropped to the floor. I glared. Oh, it's on now, laddie, I spat angrily. Ali rushed to my side, his scimitar was drawn. Let's rumble. Sahibs, I beg of you, take this quarrel outside, pleaded the innkeeper anxiously. No doubt he had visions of broken property dancing in his head, or the possibility of having to live his life as a desert creature worried him. Laddie glared angrily. Shut up, old fool. Aladdin the Great fights whoever he pleases. I was plenty angry, but at hearing the phrase Aladdin the Great, a huge grin spread on my face. Aladdin the Great? The only thing I can think of that you'd be great at, laddie, can't be mentioned in a family story. Aladdin looked about ready to kill Ali. Wisely brought the three of us outside where we could fight with relatively little damage to our surroundings. Well, what can I say? It all happened so fast. But the next thing I remember is Aladdin on the ground crying, about to be taken to prison by the palace guards. Ali has this huge grin on his face, and the genie is hanging on to him, calling him master. And I'm holding the best damn scimitar I've ever seen in my life right in my hand. Talk about your happy ending. So, boys and girls, the moral of this story is no matter how big and bad you think you are, someday you'll get stomped. Y'all need to have nothing but love for all y'all fellow creatures. Peace. I'm out.
I forgot that kiss at the end. Okay, we're going to dissect this picture a little bit. But also, does that reading not make that story so much more like enjoyable? If you just read it, it'd be like, oh, but that rendition of it is so hilarious to me. Like, even in my real life, I'll be like, that jerk, I think it's so funny, You turn into a rat or something. I don't know. I like weird things, and those are definitely some phrases I love. So let's do that to this this picture. Okay, just going back on it, on this just now. And by the way, a lot of the stuff I have put on this list, at least half of it, I have not watched because I wanted a real reaction, as it's been years since I watched it. But not Sinbad Speaks, of course. But he seems to be obsessed with scimitars. I mean, people, it was a big deal in the story. And the necklace, you don't see it in this picture, but it's a scimitar. So I'm wondering, I'm writing that in my notes. Yeah, but this picture is hilarious to me because like it just looks like, you know, the way he felt when he took this picture, it embodies it, you know, like, and I feel like Jorrun is wearing eyeliner, which, hey, it's cool, man. And, you know, I can even say like late 20s in that time period, he doesn't look bad. Not for me, and not for me, but like, there's someone out there that would have thought he was cute, you know, especially in the early days of AOL and shit like that. So, you know, but once again, you'd meet him and he'd look nothing like this. So, and his do-rag is different actually. I just realized that. I was gonna rip on the do-rag situation, but yeah. And he said the genie was blue. I don't know, I never realized that, but the person on his shirt's blue. Eh, I'll dig into that another day. But yeah, let's see what I want to do next. Oh no, that's the road. Whoops, sorry. Oh, I'm not trying to watch golf. I don't know what that's about. I don't watch sports unless it's hockey. All right. Oh, definitely. Okay. I have not rewatched The Worst Story Ever Told. The thing. Oh yeah, voice to voice. I meant to say hello whenever you were in here. I have some things that I have clipped from other streams. If if someone hears it and does not want it on here, I will try. I'll see what I can do to take it off. But it's nothing that makes anyone look bad or anything. It's just stuff that Jorrun has said. So yeah. Let's go. But before I play those, let's go to the Did y'all notice what I did there? Da, 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 da. Let's watch the rap comedy thing because we're going to see the do-rag. What the fuck? Is that the right one? Did I? What the hell? I was so confused. Anyway, I have to talk shit on the do-rag because it's the same one he wore in Cricket Snapper when he blew his head off, you know, or whatever. So yeah, let's watch that. Oh, it's in reverse? Dang it. Dang it. Well, okay, I guess I can find it. Because there's some stuff I couldn't find. Oh, I am who? Thank you, Crime Watch, baby. I literally no. We'll look. We'll look for it. Where the hell? Okay. And I don't want to watch this real quick, but I just want to say something really quick about it.
Oh.
That picture of him that he has on like dating profiles, you know, with his eyes and stuff, like that's a perfect example of it. I don't have the picture, but that's who you think you're getting. This is who you're getting. Like that's so confusing. You know what I mean? Like, oh my, you know, that is two different people. Why did he keep his glasses on? Why is he wearing the hood? Oh wow, that'd have been a good meme face. Yeah, anyway, I want to hear the song, even though I love Wham, but it's just I had to make a comment. That'd be awful. Oh my God, no, he's not Little Red Riding Hood. They'd be like, ah, or whatever he did. What's that song? God, I did it better than him just now. Changes. That's what it was. I couldn't find that one, but yeah. Monkey see, monkey do. All right, we're gonna try to say, who am I, Jorrun? It should come up. I can't type. Today, boys and girls, we find out that Vex can't type. Oh, here we are. Is this it? Who am I? Okay, I think this is it. So yeah. And you know, I collect like old like curio things, like old, you know, weird things, and those bottles are very like nice. In the I think they're like old alcohol bottles or something. I'm not too sure on it, but I remember seeing one and it was not cheap. And I know this is going to be very petty, but I know this shelf, it's from IKEA. It is the cheapest shelf they have. And if he really loves those things so much, I would have thought he would have. This is just me, okay? And things you revere and things like that. I would have had a nicer shelf. If it's not IKEA, I am surprised because the black brackets and the white board. Anyway, I could keep going. Let's watch this.
Yo, Jorrun comedy. First name Jorrun, second name comedy. No, not really. Here we go. My name is Jorrun, and I'm here to say I like rapping in a major way. Now I'm a nice guy, and I'm not a rap bastard. This flow is too slow, so now I'll go faster. The last beat is spasm, falling chasm. Women take me every time they're orgasm. I make funny songs, make silly sketches. Hit the like button or you'll get stitches. Make fun alone, make fun alone. My jokes get off much better than porn. Like someone surviving, like my vibe. Hit that bell, smoking, no shit too soon. Oh! That was too fast. Oh God. I see angels.
Oh, okay, y'all. Hold on. There's a couple things here. Let's see. He's always reading the stuff off his computer or whatever.
Not really. Here we go. My name.
And he says Joen. Joen. I know he doesn't have a speech impediment, so why did he say that?
Not really. Here we go. My name is Jorrun, and I'm here to say I like.
And all bullshit aside, people can think these songs are bangers in a weird way. This and I'm Still a Toy because, okay, you know, everyone says that monkey's paw situation, and I definitely, and I could go into that too for a future stream from an occult standpoint and things that he might have created with thought process and masturbation, but that's for a different day. Yeah, I think he definitely created his own reality through his perversions, but yeah, let's keep going. My jokes get you off much better than porn part. He literally does a jerk off. I've never, if someone said this before, I don't remember it, but you can literally see him do a jerk off movement.
Make fun alone, make fun alone. My jokes get you off much better than porn. Like someone
Why?
like my vibe, hit that bell, smoking, no shit.
Why? Hello, Coral Weathering. Nice to see you. Yeah, I just haven't dreamed in a long time. You know, I think it would be it'd be a different perspective than we usually hear. I have a lot of things actually, like his being raised in Jehovah's Witness and his, just because I have my backgrounds that I have and the knowledge I have on things, and I think like I said, with a new mind and like a more mature mindset, I definitely have way more to say about Jorrun and why I think he is the way he is. But so let's see what else. My name is Joen, and I'm here to say. All right, I guess next. Let's just go ahead and do the damn next one. I'm Still a Toy because I think it's a banger. But who says nobody's safe?
My blue eyes are my
Funky's
superpower.
here at the beginning.
Hey everybody.
Oh wait, there's a remix. It's a remix. Have y'all seen it? It's a Nathan Taggle. Oh no, my bad. I'm getting all the wrong ones on here. I need to go find the other one. What the hell? I swear I'm not that crazy. I'm just out of practice. Okay, so no, not this one. This is not the one. But who says that nobody's safe? Bunky's here or whatever, because it doesn't sound like Jorrun. Like it really doesn't to me. So I'm wondering. Bitch. Okay. I've never seen this full out, but I don't know if I want to sit there for 10 minutes and do that. I haven't even started on my cuticles. It sounds like clobber. And that's why I was like, huh. You know what I mean? I wondered. I wondered if it was clobber, because it sounds like clobber to me. But with that fuzz, I wasn't sure. But clobber, wherever you are, if you can answer that question, maybe. Excellent, because we can't ask Jorrun. Okay, let's see. Du-du-du-du-du. Okay, I don't know where my playlist is. Sorry, I'm figuring this out. Okay, no. I guess I'm just gonna have to go all around to my. Y'all about to see a eye view, I guess, but how did I get to my history? Is it like in here? I don't really care who sees my history. Nothing's crazy in here. Sorry for the dead air. There's a teacup everywhere, you know. Oh, big whoop. Maybe some workout stuff. I don't know. All right. Okay, yeah. Theater of the Mind. I wanted to watch and comment on. So yeah. Oh, there. No. Sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's do that in a little bit because it's kind of long. Okay. A couple. I guess I'll play the clips that I got. And once again, if this is from some, I'm going to say who it's where I got it. If they don't want it on here, I will definitely. I'll figure out how to get it off or here. Not definitely trying to upset anyone. Okay. All right. The first one of these.
No, we've spoke about a few.
Is from Andrew Burkett's stream, the Lockdown Lauren Radio Live. And it's just a little thing I noticed that Jorrun, he likes to always like, and West has even said it before, like he's always like pimping his material, like always. It's like making it like, I don't want to quite say a salesman, but it's like if there was a salesman, you know, and they always had the same shtick, and you're like, oh, I've heard it before. I don't want to buy shit. You're I'm not like excited about the product, you know, or whatever. But it's just the way he says it. And then okay, so I'll play it and then I'll stop. I'm not going to talk during it. There's like 3 clips in here, I think.
But is there anything that sticks out?
Well, it's true what they say that Lauren is the gift that keeps giving. Although I agree with you, Andy, that I would never want to meet him, never want to talk to him. I do the whole Star Trek thing also. I mean, this is a guy who has encouraged me. Well, encouraged is the wrong word, but he's responsible for my entire channel and wanting to do that. And the subscribers, everyone please subscribe. But I keep getting more and more ideas because the more calls I hear, the more strange phrases he uses, the more bizarre things he does, from shut the fuck up from about fucking Dan. I turn that into a series where Dan gives sex tips.
Okay. So first of all, you don't even know the fucking quote. Okay. I unfortunately never got to hear sex tips with Dan. I wish we had it. I would have loved to hear it. I think we all would. But oh, hi, Michael Mendoza. But you know, I just think he doesn't even. But anyway, he's pimping his material. You know, he's like, oh, I hear this, and then I made this material. Oh, Lauren's the reason I made this channel. Oh, subscribe to my channel. It's like, motherfucker, you know. We know the real reason, your vanity. Like it's nothing to do with and then when it like I think I didn't add this one, but he goes on to say, like, the more I hear Lauren, I just ball my fist up and I get so angry. And then or I just laugh at him and create more material. By the way, another thought process I have on him is nothing is fucking original. He steals every idea from his Funny Please experience and just recycles it into TCAP. He's not creative on his own at all. And I mean, I know every idea is born from a different, you know, everyone builds on each other, but don't act like you're some fucking brilliant, like Scorsese and like, you know, and then like, here's my creative process. Okay. No, man, we saw your Funny Please stuff. We know that, like, you know, that's where you got the idea, you know, but all right. The second one. And this one is from Streamzilla. It was on Clobber's channel. There's 2 different ones, I think, that I had to pull out. I don't know how to really like clip, so I just kind of screen recorded them. But anyway, it's kind of like a lost stream. Like it doesn't have as many views as the others, but I find that when you're just like, I play Legos or not play, I just kind of create with them. So I'll put something on and I'll, you know, listen to these old streams. And so it's like, there's a lot of little gems in there. If y'all want to go to his channel and listen to it. Okay.
I'm going to quote you.
Oh, please do.
And actually, this time in a flattering way.
Oh, nice.
What the fuck? That's rude as fuck. Anyway.
Wow.
The magic words.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, what it is some people said, well, maybe he would slum or whatever. You point out he is such a narcissist. He would never do a drunken hookup with a quote unquote pig.
Right.
He would never slum.
Why did Jorrun use the word pig? I never hear in the community people relating to woman as pig. I didn't even hear it in the stream that I remember. That stood out to me.
The great Lauren Armstrong, he would go with someone very young, early 20s or 13, and attractive.
Sounds like he's talking about himself. But anyway.
And that's that. Therefore, he's a virgin.
Where do you stand on this important issue?
I guess I talked during it too much, but pretty much he's laying the reasons why, I think okay. The next one here is like one that really annoys me. It's whenever he has to insert the fact that he has had a FB. It's like at this point, I think if you don't, it's cool. That's not an issue, but like everyone at his age might have had one or two in their life. You know what I mean? So it's like, we know, anyway, I feel like it's just, I don't know the term for it, but it's just the, like, why are you trying to like give me weird context clues or something? It's like whenever he says a comedian does not make the joke, the obvious joke, and it's like, you kind of just did, but anyway.
I was
100% virgin. I would fight anyone who says otherwise.
Oh shit.
The thing with him is it's everything. But the one thought that comes to mind was Ramon was asking him about him being a male slut, and he said one night stands. And he's so fucking inexperienced, he couldn't even define what a one-night stand was. He's like, oh, that's when you keep having sex with someone.
You only do it a couple times.
That's you're not in a relationship with. No, that's called a fuck buddy, dude.
Okay. Sorry, I'll rewind a little bit because I'm like, what is it doing? Okay, hold on.
You're not in a relationship with. No, that's called a fuck buddy, dude. I've had that, so I know the terminology. You have not because you're a virgin.
Right.
And his incredible lack of knowledge at almost 50 years old of a female's body, it doesn't add up. There's no way.
So with that said, even in his thing with somebody from, I don't know, well, I don't want to say a lot. I don't know the PC, the way to go about stuff, but like, I don't, he was like, I know how to rub the right way for unlimited wishes. It's like, just don't fucking touch me, Jorrun. And then I'm like, give you some wishes. Like, don't fucking touch me. Like, could you imagine being a sex slave to Jorrun as a genie and you just can't get out? Because he would never use that final wish. He would not do it. He wouldn't. Because his final wish is that you can't get away. Yeah. Damn. I really should do a stream on my thoughts on all of that. Damn. Anyway, but oh my God, hi Z. How have you been? What a nice surprise. We're just talking about Jorrun, some shit about Jorrun. How we do. Okay, I keep missing the playlist here because I'm up. That's for a different. Actually, you know what? We can go ahead. Another one by Cookie Whoopie Pie. People probably haven't heard or seen this because look, it has how many views? 62 views. And I really actually like it. It's a little long, but if you've never heard it, it's pretty funny, I think. So, all right, y'all enjoy this, and I'm gonna mute myself. So.
Want a long answer or a short answer on that one? Here's my secret. Incoming.
I was raised in a Christian family where I was taught to respect women. For most of my life, I've had a fetish for genies, harem girls, and belly dancers. Sexualizing left and right. And it should be applauded. I did have a father who was also there, at least physically. There was a ploy for sympathy and it did not work.
Oh,
Accent reveal. Accent reveal. Behold, your knight in shining armor arrives.
My blue eyes are my superpower.
My own actions now make my skin Oh, who's just smiling?
This is the part that hit the ground when Mama dropped me as a baby.
shit.
I'm not gay, I'm just saying.
Absolutely ridiculous. Ugh.
Incoming. Let me think. I mean, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm wearing pants. Your thing is all messed up. Lauren's got a very flat butt. Mine's round and Latino. How am I? I'm shitting myself. There is a man here, and he's obviously much, much more masculine than I am.
I have flirted with so many women in the community. I would have forgotten.
I really like the idea that I could express myself. It was sexual harassment.
Are you guys fucking with me?
My pushy is your tongue.
You don't seem like the type that fuck with me. Look, so-and-so, I am a groovy now, blah, blah, blah. If you're tired of your girlfriend, but she's still pretty, you can send her to me. I do it all for you. All of this is for you.
It was sexual harassment.
You piece of shit.
Let's just say I don't have a head that looks good at all.
Oh, so unethical. Fuck that.
I'm innocent. I'm starting to actually shiver at this point in the interview. That's a good thing. That's my conscience. What is wrong with this guy?
You hurt people. And you're not even sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I have always been a flirtatious person. It was sexual harassment.
Piece of
Ladies, if any of you have naughty thoughts about Jorrun, counseling it off the internet. Although alcohol is an excellent idea. Not at all. I'm a
Fucking creep.
Which is why I'm trying to get all you guys to call him an ogre.
You really ingratiated yourself into an online network of people
I got real damn sexual.
whose sole existence
Would it help if I changed browsers?
is to shame sexual predators.
sorry, sip of water.
And you went into that group and poked and prodded at people who are victims
The lie I told myself.
of sexual predators and friends and family of sexual predators
Okay.
to find damaged people and be a sexual predator upon a group of community built against sexual predators. Am I understanding this right?
I make this look good.
The most honest answer I can give you is
How is that possible?
I'm putting a like on the picture of a little girl. I'm quote unquote supporting her.
Oh, I'm not a fucking pedophile.
Okay.
I'm like, you do not say that kind of things.
Okay, I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm not talking about the cute little doggy. I'm talking about your hairy arms.
And you said it's not cat.
Anonymity has been so important to me.
Take that fucking paper bag off your hair. Shit is so Italian. So Italian.
I will delete everything that shows up as private in this second.
Right now, if I can be frank,
It's gone. Delete it.
ugh,
Oh.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Wasn't that fun? I really think it showcases a lot of the good quotes, and not to mention the Daddy Teagan cameos. As some of you may know, I'm a big fan of Daddy Teagues. How can you not be when he's wearing that button-up shirt and those sunglasses? Looks like he came right out of Hollister or something. I mean, I'm being silly, but like he looked good. All right. Anyway, and oh, by the way, y'all, I listened to speaking of Heisenberg, I listened to the Teagan interview a few nights ago. And the part, probably my favorite part, was whenever Teagan was asked by Clover and Heisey about his music. and Tegan was like, he had this one song, excuse me, called Big Heart, Bigger Breasts, and the reactions from Clover and Heisey and the chat was like, you know, like, it's crazy to think that like someone like Jorrun would get all of us. I told somebody this already this week, but it reminds me of like in Toy Story when the aliens are in the thing and then they're like, the claw, he will choose who go and who will stay. Or, you know, it's like, ha ha, you know, it's just like a weird kind of the thing, you know, but it's real weird. If Jorrun knew how obsessed we were with him, which there's people think he lurks and some doesn't, but I think that if he lurked a lot, he would definitely find some of the girls and contact. Maybe he wouldn't because he doesn't know who works for who in a way of speaking. But you got a big heart, even bigger breasts. Yeah, I just know the Jesse version. So okay, now I was gonna do theater of the mind, but I don't know. Did you ever actually meet him, Heisenberg? He seems, I mean, like, I do follow him on social media still, you know, and I do, I can't lie, but like, not in a stalking way, just in a supportive way, not in a Jorrun way. And he's still like, he still seems so kind and sweet and chill, I guess the word. There's a sense of a vibrancy when I see his posts. I mean, he could be a little elevated because I think he's reviewing certain things, but that's okay. You know, hey, we love Daddy Tegan. So I don't know. I feel like even though everyone is doing the apology calls and stuff like that, I might play my favorite one instead because I kind of in the mood because I might do a couple of these coming up for Jorrly, but yeah. I think it's 3. I think 3 is the apology call that I like. So let me search it. Now bigger heart, bigger breasts in my damn head. All right. Oh. Oh, I thought I was going to say suggested angry voicemail or something. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
At 11 a.m. Pacific, Jorrun
I will be pausing it through this when I have a comment to make.
called Westmost. Jorrun had some sleep and more time to reflect on his actions. Was Jorrun telling the truth about the genie video on YouTube?
We definitely gonna be doing a geographer meetup. Was that good?
Would he recognize all of the people he hurt? No, once again Jorrun would fall short in his apology. He would have to do it yet again. This was the final call before Jorrun would record his now infamous apology. The date was July 6, 2020.
Hello.
Okay. Good. So so now that you had a night, before we get to the script, you've had a night to kind of, reflect on everything and look back. And I want to start off by asking you again, is that video privated or deleted? Because I've looked at a lot. I talked to my ad guy who, with the ad sales team, and he got with the YouTube team. He works for YouTube, Google employee, and there are deleted videos and there are privated videos, and there are sometimes times where a video is deleted and it'll show a different screen, but it's never going to show a screen saying that the video's been privated.
Okay.
So right off the bat, that's not going to look good.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I'll ask again, was the video privated or deleted?
It was deleted. I'm willing to turn on my Skype and you can see my screen itself.
That won't.
There's nothing
Was it privated originally?
Yes. It was privated first, then deleted.
Was it privated when you told her you were deleting it, Jorrun?
I want to answer. I want to remember so I can answer honestly.
I think you just did with the side.
Okay.
I think you just told me that you told her you deleted it, but you really privated it for your own reasons. And I
It was already privated. Then it was deleted.
Jorrun.
Yes.
You told her you were deleting it, but it was privated, correct?
It was privated before.
Jorrun.
Yes.
I really don't want to argue semantics with you.
I understand. It's completely deleted. That's what I'm saying.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is a game you won't win. What I'm asking you is, were you telling people that it was deleted, but you had in fact privated it? Then later, when you went to try and delete it, maybe now it's still showing privated, but at one point you were saying it was deleted, but you had privated, correct?
As soon when she asked me if it was deleted, I deleted it immediately.
Jorrun.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. What you're understanding is there's receipts, and what's going to happen is people are going to come forward and say, well, he told me at this time that it was deleted.
Yeah.
And then if you're saying that you deleted it when you talked to Tiffany Lockhart, well, then that would mean that there would be a timestamp of when you told her that. So if those things don't match up, Jorrun, do you understand what I'm saying? If you were telling people earlier in the day that it was deleted, but what you're saying it was actually privated, and then you didn't actually delete it until you spoke with Tiffany, that is a problem.
Okay.
And is that what happened? And I keep asking.
Okay. Just like whenever Minnie said, checked his ass, and then he was like, thank you. Okay. Things like that. It's like, okay, like, are you not listening? Like, do you not? Here's a great debate for everybody that, follows this shit. I was around when Jorrun, but I wasn't around. Like, I just watched, like, I wasn't into the interactive part of the TCAP. I would just watch, like, all the footage and stuff. I mean, but so I wasn't aware of any of this at the time, or else I would have probably had far more of a real opinion on it other than just a secondhand one. But I am the kind of person that, like, I don't think anything involving children is, like, really forgivable. But I can see how he might have just got fucking carried away. But why not just say that? Okay, I'm not talking about the Tiffany thing. Sorry, I totally forgot about that for a second. I was thinking about the kid shit, and I was getting emotionally drugged for a second. Sorry, but yeah, overall, I'm not saying I would forgive Jorrun or anything, or think he's okay. But it's just like, even in life, just anybody, like, admitting your mistake, like, shows humility. It shows, like, humanity. It shows that you're a real person that thinks and feels and cares. You're empathetic, to me, and not in a way that, like, I'm sorry, but people can tell when you're really fucking sorry, because it's in the way you act after. And after he did this, he was fucking back on YouTube with Steer Music, right? Right. You're not fucking sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you're not sorry at all. And the fact that he knew what he had done. I mean, this is my new lens, right? But, like, he knew what he had done. He knew what he was going to do before he did it. And it literally, I just can't believe that he sat there and thought he was going to get away with it. All right, I'm continuing. Before I get on a rant, I don't want to say too much.
And you're dancing around it, and that kind of tells me the answer, because it's a very simple question I'm asking you. Were you lying about it being deleted earlier in the day and then deleted it after speaking to Tiffany Lockhart? Yes or no?
You're not going to like my answer.
Which is yes or no?
I don't remember for sure.
Okay.
It happened yesterday, just.
How is he not going to like the answer? And then Jorrun doesn't have a fucking answer. I gotta rewind it though, because the Jeff Stacy comment. All right.
Tiffany Walker, yes or no?
You're not going to like my answer.
Which is yes or no?
I don't remember for sure.
It happened yesterday, just Stacy. You have to remember, it was yesterday. You know,
Yes,
and I
yes,
think okay, yeah. So the answer is yes. So Jorrun, why would you do that? Why? So
I
you
privated everything and went.
No. You were told that it was offensive. You were told that it was that what you had done was basically sexual assault. And instead of deleting it, you privated it. Was that so that you can listen to it later, Jorrun?
No.
I think the size don't lie, and I think what you're saying is yes. Because why else would you have kept it? If someone told you, "Hey, that video that you downloaded off of off of Pornhub, it's actually a 14-year-old," would you private it or delete it?
Delete.
Okay, but since it was just Tiffany Lockhart, and how offensive is it? It's a genie. We know what the video was for. And, no amount of excuses are going to make people see it any other way. So the fact that you would private instead of immediately deleting makes kind of the rest of the apology when you're saying, I've realized what I've done, and I've learned this and I've learned that. How true is that when you were told that this is offensive? Go ahead. So what did you do? You privated. What happened? So tell me kind of the timeline of when you woke up yesterday and then you figured out what was going on and then you started privating it. I want to hear that.
Okay, let me check Skype so I can give you a timeline. All right.
Ugh, I hate those.
She contacted me. Let me see here. I'm looking at the message that I sent her at 5 p.m. before she contacted me, where I first.
That's okay. Listen, what I'm saying. The timeline yesterday when you woke up, because we spoke. We had spoken even on 4th of July when I was kind of messaging. You're like, this person's grasping at straws. They got nothing. I'm going to bed. You want to talk about it? Call me. That was kind of your attitude. It was pretty cavalier. Like, I don't really want to entertain this anymore. This is bullshit. If you want to talk about it, give me a call, but I'm not going to sit here on the phone with you going back and forth. And maybe to you, it made it sound like you've been vindicated, but to me, that kind of made me think there was something more. And that's when I looked at the video from what you were calling a troll, because your attitude, you had no interest in watching the video. If someone made a video about me, saying what I called lies, better fucking believe I would watch it, because my intention would be to make a response to it. And your lack of desire to watch it.
Isn't it just curiosity? Like, even if something's hurtful or you don't really want to watch it, you just want to know what's being said. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're like, what the fuck is this person on, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but to be like, nah, when you know what you're doing, or you know what happened, you know what I mean? Like, how did they figure out that Jorrun did that to Tiffany? Like, how did they just figured it out? I guess I don't think anyone actually knows that answer, but that was pretty smart.
Told me that there was something I needed to go and look at. You didn't want to address it.
I ran from it like a coward.
Yeah.
I ran from it like a coward, straight up.
And, when all of your content is about making fun of cowards and how Lauren is a coward, when faced with the exact same thing, you did the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's got to be pretty eye-opening to you.
Yeah, it really is.
So take me back. Saturday, 4th of July, America's birthday. You go to bed feeling vindicated. This video had come out. Your friends, quote unquote friends in the community, had chased this person off, had their video removed, and as far as you were concerned, it was done and it was going to be over soon, and you'd be back to TCAPing and doing your thing the next day or Monday, maybe Tuesday. It would all blow over and you'd be back to doing your thing. So Sunday morning, now I know in between Saturday and Sunday, that's when the link and the Google Drive and stuff was sent out. So take me back to yesterday morning when you realized this is wrong, and then what your process was.
Let's see. What time did you contact me at?
For someone who loves to do director commentaries, he sucks in these calls.
It wasn't me when you decided that that it was wrong. It had nothing to do with me. Screenshots are going around, Jorrun. I know that at some point earlier in the day you decided, okay, well, this is wrong, and I'm asking you what happened, because I know that someone sent something to you. You saw something. You didn't wake up and decide, oh shit, what have I done? Someone told you, like, hey, there's some stuff out here and it doesn't look good. And it wasn't me, because you'd already decided that when I talked to you.
Who did originally tell me? Must have been someone on Discord.
You know, I've got a little time. If you need to go to Discord and look at it, because that's what I'm curious about, Jorrun. I really feel like I'm looking at the apology, I'm listening to you, and there's a disconnect, and that disconnect is going to be it's going to make your video as disingenuous as the Lauren apology. So I need you to go back and figure out when you realize it was wrong, because that's going to be a question that a lot of people are going to ask.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I don't know if it's relevant. So I'd sent the message of apology to Tiffany at 5
p.m.
and p.m.
Okay, that's
yesterday.
That's nothing to do. I mean, you sent that apology after being talked to by several people, correct?
Well, no. I'm just trying to timeline between
you're
when
going back.
the video
I don't want you to
deleted.
work backwards from the video. Let's not talk about that video for right now, and let's go back, like I keep asking, to when you decided, when you woke up and it was like, oh man, what have I done? Because I know that's not what happened. You were still feeling vindicated when you woke up on July 5th. You were still feeling good. A little shitty because you had been catfished, but you were still feeling pretty good. And
I'm trying to figure
something
out
happened. Jorrun, something happened. It was one thing. You know, like if bombs started falling on your city right now, you would remember the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember what happened. It was yesterday. Please don't do the delay tactics with me, dude. My kid knows even not to do these with me. They don't work. I don't need to know who the person was, but what happened and what time was it yesterday? Because, Jorrun, these receipts are going to come out. If you don't get ahead of this, like I told you Friday night, it's going to turn out much worse. And you didn't listen to me. And it's funny because the one time you did listen to me, you did a stream with Kennedy and made a lot of money. And then you start doing shit on your own. And maybe I really don't know what I'm talking about. And that hasn't quite worked out. Friday night, I gave you the best advice anyone was going to give you regarding this without even knowing the entire situation. Jorrun, get ahead of it.
Yeah.
You didn't listen.
You're right.
You credit me for knowing how to deal with trolls, quote unquote trolls, but then you didn't listen to me. Because it would have been more embarrassing for you to admit those things. But how much more embarrassing is it now? Because now there's a drive out there. So people aren't waiting for an explanation. They're waiting for you to explain the things that they already see.
Yeah.
So again, yesterday morning.
And people still look at the drive.
Morning after you
and reference it, you know?
Woke up and had your Fruity Pebbles or whatever it is you did.
Yeah.
What was it that happened so that you knew I fucked up?
I'm trying to figure out. I'm going through Discord right now, trying to
Jorrun,
figure out. who first
I
contacted
just
me.
find it really hard to believe that you're saying that you don't remember what you were told or who it was that contacted you that alerted you to like, hey, this is much worse than you let on to.
With my memory, especially when I'm in panic mode, everything becomes a blur. That's me personally.
Well, I have a lot of
It's
experience
maybe
with
very
crisis
different than
mode.
you, but I am.
But you've had all morning. You had all yesterday, and you're going to tell me you don't remember the first message that said like, "Hey, this is more fucked up than you said it was."
I've been concentrating on nothing other than the apology.
Okay,
wanting
all right,
to
go
do
back.
it,
Go back to your
trying to.
Discord. I'm going to wait. Go back to your Discord and find the message because it'll be there. So.
Sure.
Really quick, let's say that he was completely transparent with Wes, just like, I know I fucked up, man. I know this and that. Like, I still don't believe that there would be a chance. I think he would be treated more like Euro than fucking Jorrun comedy, man. I think that he had the jokes about him, and he was shunned away from the community, and he'd be talked about, but we wouldn't have a fucking holiday named after him. You know, just my 2 cents. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not Wes. I can't speak for Wes. But like I said, he was never really sorry.
Okay, you contacted me yesterday at 1:24 a.m. with Jorrun gets Tiffany Dak out of sexual fantasy.
What?
And then
I contacted you at 1:24 a.m.
my time.
yesterday.
That's what it says yesterday. And then you mentioned at 6:37 p.m.
Hold on. I contacted you at 1:24 in the morning. Where?
Skype.
And I said at 1:24 a.m. What?
Huh? You sent me the link from Mac and Cheese saying Jorrun gets Tiffany to act out his sexual fantasy.
Oh, it was not the link. It was a screenshot, correct?
Yes.
And you said what?
And then I said very cavalierly, this person is grasping at straws. I did that sketch months ago. Then I said,
I can't hear you. What was that?
Oh. So I said very cavalierly that this person was grasping at straws. The sketch has been up for months now.
You kind of blew it off, right? And then you went to bed.
Very much so.
I just realized that Wes used the term cavalier, and then now he says cavalierly. I know that when people admire someone or they're trying to build rapport, they not rapport, because then you're consciously aware of manipulating the person. So I guess right now he's subconsciously taking Wes in, and then we already know that he uses a lot more than that, the Wes terminology in his apology about the car crash and whatever. So anyway, just a thing I just noticed.
There was you weren't concerned. There was no concern. I could tell.
Absolutely. And then yesterday you said at 6:37 there have been people more supportive of you. That ends today.
No, there have been few people. But okay, dude, I'm asking you about the morning, because by the time I know, Jorrun, I keep reminding you, screenshots are floating around. I know you were contacted earlier in the day, Jorrun.
Yeah.
You said it was in your Discord, and now you're telling me about what's in your Skype. I need you to stop hiding it. You're telling me what happened at 1:37 a.m. and then at 6:37 p.m. Jorrun, do better. I know.
Fucking remember.
You don't need to remember what's written in your Discord.
I know. I'm searching now through messages I got yesterday.
How many messages did you? Was it a lot of people real supportive of you, telling you that it was?
You know damn well he only had like probably 4 fucking messages in there.
Just a troll and just to let it go?
Yeah, there was some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I woke up around 1 p.m., so it should be sometime around there or later. I see fucking nothing. I talked to about 5 people.
Oh, there you go.
Let me check.
Jorrun, okay, so then
no,
I need you to tell me that, because I don't know. I guess you want the receipt to come out first, and then you can admit to it later. What happened yesterday, Jorrun, when you?
Maybe that is what he was doing. Maybe he was waiting to see the receipts so then he could make up his defense and not say too much. Or things that we still don't know and we'll never know.
Suddenly realized that everything that you'd been told from the night of the 3rd, and then all of a sudden on the 5th, you decided, okay, yeah, this was wrong. What happened? No, Jorrun, I'm asking you, what do you need to see? You don't remember yesterday at what point you had this come to Jesus moment, and now you realize that everything was wrong.
I'm sure people listening can agree. When you go through something in your life that is so traumatic or just jarring, like Jorrun is, I don't want to use traumatic because like he was aware, but something memorable. I think we all can say that we know the moment or key moments through the whole thing. And it plays in our minds, even like after the fact, till it's handled and dealt with in our brains. But for him to, like he's just hiding from it all. And I know this is not anything that people haven't said before, but
Everything that you had done was wrong. It just a light went off. You didn't talk to anyone?
Let me see.
Holy fuck.
Dude, I have a shitty memory.
I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna remind you again. If you raise your voice at me, this is not going to end well for you. You'll notice how calm and measured I am.
You are. I apologize.
Like that is your last warning. Do not raise your voice at me.
Okay, my personal frustration level.
Your personal frustration level is with you, and it's not a reflection. And it's not a reflection of me. And the only person trying to help you in that right now is me. So if you want that to end and you want me to just go ahead and make the video and I'll just tell the story my way, we can do that. Yell at me again. Oh, did you hang up on me?
Oh, shit.
No, I thought you disconnected me.
I didn't disconnect you.
Okay.
I don't do that. I don't play games. I don't yell. I don't scream. I don't hang up on people. I don't do that shit. I'm a man.
Right.
I handle things like a man.
I appreciate that.
You're a grown man.
I appreciate that. I know Mini Syllables reached out to me yesterday, and she said she would like to do an interview with me.
Okay, what time was that?
Okay, let me see. We are looking at 1
I didn't do it.
or 4 p.m. and I had just gotten up.
Why would it take you so long to find something that happened at 1:04 when you said yourself you woke up at 1 o'clock?
Because I was going through Discord and this was Skype.
Okay, and what did you and because I didn't know about this. What did you and Mini Syllables discuss?
Yeah, I was going to mention this to you today and get your opinion. She said maybe you should do a response video. She says I was thinking about that. And she said she would like to ask me and interview me. And I said, okay, I would think about it. And she says, I will be unbiased and we could do it privately. And if you feel comfortable, I can put it on my channel.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good idea. She seems to me to be someone who would be unbiased. She says, I definitely have feelings, but this way you could get your thoughts out there. I told her the apology video was my priority, but I was definitely considering it. I absolutely wanted to run it by you before I did any sort of interview, because you have a much clearer head by far than I do.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's a good idea. I think you should come ready to be much more truthful than with me when we started talking about everything. And no, I think it's a really good idea, and it also gives you a chance to apologize to many syllables right there during your interview, because I've heard you say things to and about her before.
Yeah.
And doesn't she have daughters who are also a part of the community?
I don't know. I do know she has daughters.
Pretty sure her daughters have been a part of the community and have been on things. And just imagine her daughters listening to some of the things that you said about their mom.
I'm not laughing to be funny. I'm saying the jerk.
May I ask you a question for your opinion?
Yeah.
May I ask you a question for your opinion? Real Alpha Jorrun.
Okay,
I mean, it's politeness, but like, come on. If we're going to talk like Alpha and things like that, like he definitely showed his submissive stance in that moment.
This may
like a dog with his tail between his legs and his ears laid back.
Not be relevant at all, but because I am serious, very serious about getting my head together. Today I called my insurance company and I got a list of referrals for mental health practitioners. I need help. I think I have a lot of things related to women in relationships that needs to get straightened out. And obviously, you know what they say, the result of your best thinking brought you where you are now. And I don't want to be where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that personally scares me. I did have meetings with like a shrink almost 20 years ago. It was helpful. But one thing I never discussed was issues with women in relationships.
Now, I don't know how many people that listen to this can say they've gone to a shrink or a, psychiatrist. I mean, I have, and when I was younger, they ask you about your relationships with everyone, because that's how they kind of get an insight to who you are. I mean, I can't say everyone, but it's common sense. So for him to go see one and then never dig in to his relationships, I would think the psychiatrist or the shrink would say, so do you have a girlfriend? And like, oh, and then they go back from that. Or, something like that, I would think. And I don't think he was ever planning on going unless the community said, show proof that you're going and we won't kick you out of here or whatever. And we can forget this. I think that he would have gone a couple times and showed proof that he went a couple times, and then he would have been doing his stuff again. But we know he had no intention because, like I said before, the steer music was all in the end. Okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Yeah, okay. But yeah.
And I think that's way past due, and I'm not running anymore.
I mean, I think it's a good idea, but I think you'd be doing a disservice if you didn't also mention the children. That because
I am going to discuss everything with them.
Yeah. And
everything.
I did look at the apology, and I know that's something that you brought up about the getting some, mental help, and I'm sure people will applaud that, but how many times has that been promised before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, of course, you were thinking the same thing I did with, Lauren Armstrong going, oh, maybe I need to get some help. But
what was that line?
I've already called. Oh, I said, you're probably thinking, what?
No,
the famous Lauren going. Excuse me?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was saying, what was the line? I'm not familiar with it.
I believe when Chris Hansen says, what should you do? He says, maybe I need to get some help and get off the internet.
Because you can't do this.
Oh, okay.
And my thought process was, so I actually called, got some names, left a couple messages. It's COVID, so they'll probably be distant, but that makes no difference at all.
I know people who were doing like e-visits during COVID. So, in fact, I think that's whenever all this stuff kind of jumped. Oh shit! Sorry, jumped off a little bit, like doing the e-visits and things like that. So that's not really an excuse, but anyway.
And I want to start doing this ASAP because to me it's not enough to say, oh, I can do better. No, I want to fucking prove that this is a problem.
Okay, Polyhomial, let me make a comment on that. I don't think, oh my gosh, what you know about that? What you know about that? That's the Lorne Identity. If y'all don't know that song, what you know about TLI? Not TLI, TLI. That's funny. Actually, Lorne Identity, I had I'm not gonna play it tonight, but clipped whenever something y'all were on a stream together. I had to find it, but it's for a different time. But yeah, I didn't even realize y'all were on a stream together, you and Jorrun. So you know, psychiatrists, I don't, even if people think that, I just think it's healthy for humans to just talk to someone sometimes about something. It doesn't mean you have a problem. It's healthy to talk it out, because I mean, I believe in Eastern stuff, so like spirituality and chakras and stuff, but I think it's important to talk your feelings out. So I will just leave it at that. But I definitely don't think it makes someone weak or bad, or you shouldn't wait until you have a problem. Just if you feel a little off, you should get it out.
Priority.
Yeah, I mean that's let's discuss that during. But I really want to know about this day yesterday and when it was determined, when you decided that what you had done was this horrible, awful, no good, very bad thing.
Yeah. So I woke up at 1. I sent a message to Tiffany at 5.
Okay, that was 4 hours later.
Yeah, and so I'm getting closer to actually pinpointing. Okay.
This takes forever.
Because what it seems like to me, Jorrun, is that things became awful as they were brought to your attention.
Yeah.
I don't think the children thing ever would have been brought up until I sent you that and let you know that I had seen it. And with your genie fetish and everything else, that's unacceptable. And then you were like, you're right, that's unacceptable. I'm disgusted by it.
Yeah.
How genuine is that?
I did.
So you talked to many syllables.
Personally, as someone who obviously is okay with kinks and fetishes, man, if he wouldn't have done what he did, no one would give a fuck if you like genies. Like, I mean, people might rib him in the low or something, but like, no, people like some things, man. We all have our fetishes.
And probably no, go ahead and say what you were going to say. You did what?
I've done a lot of reflection, and I need to do a lot more about how much this fetish has ruled my life, and in some ways ruined my life. Mm-hmm. I have been unsuccessful all my life with keeping a relationship, and there's something fundamentally wrong with me. And I won't get into what I think the causes were or something, because I don't want this to be a soft thing, but
I wish he would have given us some clues, because here we are. Well, some of us, like me included, are still trying to crack that code,
There is something fucking wrong with me when it comes to everything from relationships to fetishes to my interactions with women. And this is the very best way I know to actually do something about it. I threw out a lot of porn yesterday. You didn't need to know that, but it's true.
Could you admit?
Why does anyone need to know that? It's not the porn. It's what you're doing to people.
Yeah.
That it didn't become horrible to you until these things were individually pointed out to you.
Yes. Yes. You didn't realize it was really in my face in a way I ignored it. I'm like, I'm out of fucking control.
Hold on.
Yes.
Because you said you knew that the children thing was already bad.
Yeah.
So that wasn't thrown in your face. You were aware of that one already.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say most people in society don't need to be told that that's bad, because you know that already.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that in particular I'm asking you about, because you already knew it was wrong. when the other stuff was pointed out, you didn't go and pull that stuff down. But once it became clear that you were going to need to address it, how much time did you spend deleting and privating accounts and that kind of stuff, Jorrun?
I deleted so many things off my hard drive. I got rid of physical media.
Quick note. I think I heard it in an Alpha Male Derek stream. I'm not sure. I've been listening to a lot of them lately, so I don't really know where Wes and them, But he went on a deleting spree on the internet, right? But the thing with DeviantArt, if you look it up, it doesn't delete. It just has a strike through your name. It still shows everything you've done, everything you've commented, all your activities. It just shows you as not a valid user. So there's a lot there, a lot that is still visible to my knowledge.
Jorrun,
Everything can you deleted.
You're giving me fluff. I'm asking a very direct question. When you knew that an apology was going to need to be made, rather than getting to work on the apology, what did you do? Scorched earth, right?
Yep. Maybe it was here then.
What do you mean by that? I think I understand, but I mean,
you
you're
know
just like,
exactly-
okay,
you
let
know
me just get rid of everything?
Exactly what I mean. Yeah, prior to making the apology, you're going to go and get rid of any incriminating evidence. You're going to private things. You're going to delete things. And then you're going to say, I've learned that I was wrong. But what you first did was, what your real first intention was not to make amends. It was to further insulate and protect yourself so that nothing else could be found.
It was panic.
But
Absolutely.
like you said in one of your own live streams, you've used the name Jorrun for 20 plus years on the line. That's a lot of stuff to try and go and delete.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a huge amount.
So what I'm saying, and the reason why I bring this up before we get to this apology, is do you think now that we're discussing this and you're admitting that, you know that these things weren't horrible and awful to you until they were individually brought up in your face, would you say that this was a genuine, sincere apology, or that maybe it needs another rewrite?
It's a genuine, sincere apology. And I've labored over it, and I've tried to be as honest as I can.
It's giving me Destiny McFedridge.
What's your opinion of that?
What do you think my opinion is of that, Jorrun?
I have a feeling you're not going to agree, even though we went through it.
We went through it, and I wanted you to. What did I tell you last night or this morning before you went to bed?
You told me to delve deeper into the Christian angle and how I was raised.
When you were going to bed, what did I say, Jorrun?
I'll look it up.
You can't remember what he said last night? It's crazy.
Okay, your Christian upbringing, how you reflect on it now, and how you managed to live with it before.
The last comment I made.
But you said you knew it was wrong before. I know it's late, so get some sleep and message me tomorrow.
Keep reading.
So get some sleep, message me tomorrow when you have had some time to reflect and give it another edit.
Okay. I wanted you to reflect.
Yes.
I wanted you to think, because when you're saying in this apology that disgusts me that I've done that, it's repulsive, it didn't disgust and repulse you until 6:37 p.m. your time yesterday when I sent you the screenshot. Right?
I was just making one excuse in my mind after another. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of true.
Okay. So is that sincere? And the reason why I know it's still not a sincere apology, I'll tell you that the women I've quote-unquote flirted with are of legal age.
Yeah.
Get the word flirting out of here. You were propositioning.
I did.
This is the last thing you sent me. This was the one you sent me earlier.
Hold on, excuse me. Oh, quote-unquote flirted.
There was no quote-unquote flirting. You were propositioning women.
Yes.
And then you say, but I've hit the like button of girls. Yeah, girls is a little misleading because I can call Tiffany Lockhart a girl. I can call Kat G a girl. Betty is a girl. You are liking hitting the like button of children, and that needs to be said.
Okay.
I mean, because until you can, Jordan, until you could admit that these things were pointed out to me and after the fact, I'm disgusted by it, or these things weren't disgusting to me until they've been pointed out, and that's why I'm going to get help. This is still just fluff. I wanted you to, just like when I kept asking you about the video yesterday, I want to give you a chance to say, okay, well, I privated it, I lied about it. Because, so you're saying you spoke with mini-syllables at 1:04, so 4 minutes after you woke up, you started talking with mini-syllables. And then I'm sure there were other conversations had throughout the day. I've seen other conversations had throughout the day. So you'd already known that this was offensive and that this was going to get tied back to your genie fetish, and people were going to have an issue with it. But instead of deleting it, you saved it.
I put it on private like a fucking moron.
That, you know,
Or I deleted it later.
blaming stupidity is never okay. And you're saying you put it on private for several hours until you were told you need to delete that shit. And then it was like, okay, I'm deleting it now. But earlier you were saving it. Whether you could bring it back later or whether it was just for your own listening pleasure, you saved it.
Absolutely.
That's not here on your apology. So I'm asking you again, Jorrun.
Yeah.
Even after we went through your day yesterday, before I asked you to, let's get to the apology, you still believe that this is a sincere apology? That you left it up. Did you leave it all on the field, Jorrun? Is it all here? Like I said yesterday, if you feel like you're giving too much information, if you feel like you're sharing too much, then you probably aren't.
Gotcha.
And you know from looking at this that you left a lot of pieces of this puzzle out. And if you're not going to put it here, guess what's going to happen?
I feel like he thought that just being buddy with Wes, that Wes would be like, man, he's fine, he's cool, he's with me, you know, he's cool. I really think that he thought that Wes was going to save him from this.
Right. Everyone's going to come. I could show you my Twitter DMs. Everyone's going to come forward because every story I do, anything that gets done, people come forward with lots of receipts because they want to make it into the video. Whether it's anonymous or not, they want to help because this doesn't match up to what I was told. I was told these were deleted hours earlier than this says they were deleted 4 hours later, and now it says privated. And he kept saying that he deleted it, but now he admitted first he privated it.
Yeah. I privated it. I asked Tiffany, I said, I'll take it down if you want.
Okay.
And then I changed
Hold
the
on.
message.
Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah. I will use the same quote that I use for Muse.
I want to rewind
When
that.
you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And you're the first he privated it.
Yeah. I privated it. I asked Tiffany, I said, I'll take it down if you want.
Okay.
And then I changed
Hold
the
on.
message.
Hold on.
I changed the message. Is that what he
I
said?
will use the same quote that I use for Muse.
Yeah.
When you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
I'll take it down if you want. A lot of thoughts kicking around in my head over that one, but anyway.
And you're doing a lot of, I'm trying to remember, I can't recall, I plead the fifth. That's not a good sign. That tells me I know this is not a sincere apology. And if you want to record a non-sincere apology, that's fine. That's on you. But you can't expect people to not do a reaction to that, especially with all the receipts floating around out there.
Yeah.
Now, if you give the full thing, if you put it all on the field, then there's nothing for anyone to analyze. There's nothing for anyone to say, yeah, but this doesn't match this.
Yeah. So what else do you think my apology needs right now? What is my glaring lack?
What do you think? I think it lacks sincerity. I think it lacks detail. I think you're still glossing over. The thing about the kids, I said, you need to go dive deeper into that, and it's still one sentence. I hit the like button of girls who are way younger, and then you go on to that disgust me, it was repulsive. and you spend more time talking about your Christian upbringing, which you should leave that. But the part about liking the button of children who are way younger, this wasn't a one-time thing. You need to elaborate on that. You need to go deeper into that, and because the image isn't going to be there, the image is not going to be used on your video, but you need to discuss that these women were dressed in the style of something that you fetishize, because you're not saying that here. You need to say you need to say that these things were pointed out to you and you blew it off and thought it was nothing, and that when more things came to light, then suddenly you felt the need to apologize and address it. But in the beginning, you wanted everyone to ignore it. Because if you really do want to help people, if you really do want to help one person so that they don't do the same thing, you'll lay out all the bullshit that you did in the beginning that you could have avoided this with.
Gotcha.
That'll actually help someone. Because you needed to face it. The minute it came up, you should have faced it. But you were like, nah, I got friends in the community. I'm beloved. I'll be all right.
You're right. You are right.
Yeah, no shit. I've been right this whole time. And you ignore and ignore and ignore, and look where we are.
Yeah.
If you would have been honest with me from the beginning on Friday night, I could have helped with that too. But now that cat's out of the bag. The toothpaste is out of the tube. And there's no getting that back in there. So now you have to manage this. I don't know your story. You do. I don't know the timeline. You do. I don't know how you actually feel about this. You do. But if you need me to tell you how to feel about it, that tells me there's a completely other issue going on. Now you know you can look at this. You can look at this and tell the areas where you are not being sincere. And if I need to highlight them with red fucking pen, that's not going to make me happy. This doesn't have to be short, but it does have to be complete. And it does have to be sincere, or no one, you might as well not do it and just delete everything and focus on your music channel. But even then, you know this is going to follow you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So I say you take another crack at it, and I'll say it one more time. If you feel like you're sharing too much or giving too much detail about the things that you've done, then you probably aren't.
And you know what it is? I've been concentrating too much on avoiding humiliation instead of just doing the right thing.
Jordan, are you already not humiliated?
This whole problem. I am, completely.
So how much worse do you think it'll be when you make some bullshit excuse? How famous is the mac and cheese video, Jordan? Why do you think it is? There are videos called Top 10 Worst Apologies on YouTube. You don't want to make that. You don't want to make that.
No, I don't want to do that.
So I do have time later. I highly suggest you add. Don't take anything out. Change the words. You weren't flirting with anyone, and those weren't girls. Those were children. And add some sincerity to this, some humility, and some actual humility, and understanding that these things were pointed out to you. You knew that what you were doing was wrong, and you continue to do it, and now you realize you need help. But what were those things you did wrong? And elaborate on those things. I mean, the lying about deleting when you hadn't deleted, that's big.
Yeah.
And why? And you need to tell why. It wasn't Sex Tips with Dan that you thought maybe you could bring back. There was a reason why you wanted to keep the Genie video, and I think you need to discuss it with yourself internally and then put it down on your script and send it back to me.
Okay.
All right.
Damn, maybe it's the fourth one I like the most. I don't know. I thought it was third. Anyway, I probably won't finish the next one, but I'll probably go for another 15, 20. Will it just play automatically? And then I probably won't be back until next weekend because I'm going out of town. But
On the night of July 6, 2020, Jorrun released his apology video. He didn't even mean to do it. The reaction was swift and fierce. On July 7, 2020, Jorrun called Wes to discuss his feelings.
Hello, Danny.
This was an hour before the interview
Aw,
with many
Polly.
syllables and was a
That's so
chance for
sweet. I missed
Jorrun to
y'all.
prepare. Warning, Wes most
After all the crap that was going on, I just needed to take a break. You know, I had personal stuff going on in life. And then, like, you know, when the dust settles and it's like, man, you know, I need to find some hobbies again. And then I'm like, man, I just really kind of miss TCAT. I kind of miss, you know, all that crazy shit. But, yeah, so here I am.
is kind of a troll in this call. If that is not your thing, please skip this video. The date was July 7, 2020, the time was 12:30 p.m.
You, with everything, you know.
Why'd he just laugh?
30 p.m.
You, with everything, you know, that's happened since last night. What's going on in your head right now?
This is 23 minutes. Okay, I'll put this one then.
Well, very nervous about the interview.
Mm-hmm.
I've done everything I can physically and mentally to keep myself calm.
Okay. What do you mean?
I'm not running away, which is something.
What did you do physically?
I did a little exercise. I did a little meditation. I smoked a little CBD.
Oh, okay. What kind of exercise did you do, just out of curiosity?
Push-ups.
Oh, all right. That's good.
I find if I exercise, if I fatigue myself a little bit physically, it helps me with anxiety and stuff like that.
No, that's good to hear. So were you around when the video debuted, or did you just set it to debut and kind of forget about it? And have you looked at the video? What are your thoughts?
I have not looked at any comments.
Okay.
I've completely isolated myself from anyone online up until about half an hour ago.
Okay. And have you got a lot of messages?
Last I saw, notification was at least 20.
Wow.
So it's a lot, but I'm like, I need to be in the right frame of mind for this interview, because right now the interview is the most important thing, and I don't want to be in any sort of negative headspace where I can't do my best for that.
Yeah. Well, let's after the interview, let's talk about it, because there were some comments made. I know you don't want to read everything, but there were some comments made from some people that you may want to address. So
Thanks, Danny.
Let's do that after your interview. I agree. You should be in the right headspace. You did some push-ups. You smoked some CBD. Did you eat a good breakfast? Or I guess it's lunchtime there, huh?
Yeah. I actually.
What do y'all think Jorrun eats? Besides mom's chicken pie, whatever TCAP recipes tells him to make. Not tells him, just, you know. I don't. What does he eat, you think? I mean, a part of me wants to think he's like a bologna fold-over kind of guy, but. And I'm not really knocking that, man. Sometimes I get a craving for that bologna and mayonnaise, and I don't eat like that. So, like, sometimes, you know, hey, it's good. One time I actually bought Boar's Head bologna because I was like, I'll just get a better grade of bologna. Man, it tastes exactly the same as the cheap shit. So, like, yeah, bologna's bologna.
I haven't eaten the last.
No matter how you slice it. Sorry, it's getting late.
Last 2 days, but don't look at that drastically, because I fasted in the past, so it's a lot easier for me than other people.
Okay, well, that's good. You should maybe do some content about fasting at some point. I bet people would be really interested in that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
All right, so this interview, what kind of questions are you anticipating being asked? What are the questions that make you nervous, I guess, would be the best question, and then let's work backwards from there.
I think anticipating any questions about me getting aroused by underage girls.
Do you expect that question to come up, and how are you going to answer it?
I do anticipate it will come up. I mean, she's given me no information. I don't know if it's going to be a half-hour interview or a 2-hour interview. I have no idea the amount of questions.
Well,
I just know that she can
in my experience, you write down 10, 15, 20 questions, and then while you're interviewing, 20, 30 more come up. I've never set a planned time for an interview, but most of mine have gone at least an hour and a half. Now, this is a different situation, and I don't know her interview style, but yeah, it's a good idea not to plan an amount of time that it's going to take.
Oh, I have no plans. This is the main thing for today, and if I have time later to do some laundry.
Okay. So if asked that question, how are you going to respond to that?
I have absolutely got aroused looking at pictures of high school girls.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But that's not what I mean. You know what the question is going to be next, though, right?
Have I pleasured myself?
Sure, yeah, that's one of them, and your answer would be what?
Yes.
Okay. And then the little girl, I mean, I think she looks about 7 or 8. So you would pleasure yourself to the high school girls, and then you would get to the little girls, hit a like, and then move on to find something else, or that's what the question's going to be. So, but like, why? Let's do the mock interview here. Why would you take the time? Why would you even like something like that while in a state of arousal?
Because in my bullshit thought process, which is exactly what is bullshit, I'll be like, oh, she'll appreciate a like. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm being nice.
Like, so say you had a girlfriend, and she came in, I don't know, she came in unexpectedly to your house, and you were on the TV and you were watching Pornhub, which totally normal for an adult to be watching that kind of material. But then in the picture-in-picture, you had like Little Miss Perfect, one of those pageant shows on in the picture. And then I also wanted to give the Nielsen rating to this show, so I had it open in a box on the bottom. Do you think she would believe that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So how believable does that sound to you when you say, yeah, I was in the middle of pleasuring myself, but then I saw this little girl and thought, you know what, I'd give her a like. She went out of her way to dress like a genie and do a little dance routine or whatever. So I would probably work on that one, because I don't know if that's going to be sufficient.
That's what's real talk, as Chef says. The problem is, I know I'm telling the truth, but the way things are in the context, it looks like I'm guilty.
Yeah.
And I want to be as honest as possible. No,
that's a good start.
Poured out my blood and pardon me?
No, that's a good start. So what would be the second question that you were concerned about?
I think that's the main thing. I mean, everything else is going to be humiliating.
There has to be. Well, then that's it. What is your biggest concern at all? Is it that? Is it further humiliation? Is it? What is it that worries you the most? When you're going to get on with many syllables, and I'm sure she's going to ask you some questions that are hard to answer, and you know that shying away from those would probably be the worst thing to do. So let's ease you into that. So give me some examples of.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Give me some examples of questions that are going to be hard to answer. Are there certain people that you don't want to be addressed, or was there anyone that you feel was maybe left out of the apology that you would want to address with her while talking to her?
I don't think.
I always wondered if he was fishing for someone specific that he didn't name yet, that he was like, does he even think he owes this person an apology or whatever? I always wondered if he was fishing for that.
So, honestly, as far as the work, first, if I can just give you an update. I got contacted by the social worker who's got the master's degree.
Okay.
He talked to me.
Did he just say social worker with a master's degree? Am I tripping?
Got contacted by the social worker who's got the master's degree.
Okay.
He talked to me.
Does that mean something where he's from? Why does it make a difference if a social worker has a master's degree to tell you? Oh, shit. What did I just do? I'll fix it. Where was I just at? Oh, shit. That's what I get. My fat finger.
I don't know. She came in unexpectedly to your house. She looks about 7 or 8.
What the fuck?
You write down, 10, 15, 20 questions, and then.
Okay. Sorry, y'all.
Absolutely.
But that's not what I mean. You know what the question is going to be next, though, right?
Sorry, I don't want to go too far, but
like, why? Let's do the mock interview here. Why would you take the time? Why would you even like something like that? Why
sorry if I did too. I'm just gonna leave it alone now. Sorry if it kind of fucked it up.
Because in my bullshit thought process, which is exactly what is bullshit, I'll be like, oh, she'll appreciate a like. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm being nice.
Like, so say you had a girlfriend, and she came in. I don't know. She came in unexpectedly to your house, and you were on the TV and you were watching Pornhub, which totally normal for an adult to be watching that kind of material. But then in the picture-in-picture, you had like Little Miss Perfect or one of those.
That is not the first time in this phone call that he sounded like a Gosling. Yeah, Oh no, is it Kayla? Gosling says something. Yeah, right. The guy that doesn't have a last name, or is it Kayla in the calls when she's like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. It's a teacup. Yeah.
Kitty pageant shows on in a picture-in-picture, and she said, "What?"
Gosling's like, yeah. Never mind. It's the Kayla.
Are you doing? And you said, well, I was watching some porn, but then I also wanted to give the Nielsen rating to this show, so I had it open in a box on the bottom. Do you think she would believe that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So how believable does that sound to you when you say, yeah, I was in the middle of pleasuring myself, but then I saw this little girl and thought, you know what, I'd give her a like. She went out of her way to dress like a genie and do little things.
Even if you were jerking off to Instagram, okay? Everybody just relax and put yourself in the position, okay? Let's say that you like Buzz Lightyear or something. Second Toy Story reference. That's weird. I mean, today. But then, you're looking at men in like a sexy Buzz Lightyear, like, how like they have like stripperized costumes for girls that are skimpy, but a man one. I don't know why I said Buzz Lightyear. Anyway, but then you click and you see a child dressed up like one. Me? I would not be in the mood anymore. And I'd be like, whoop, putting that away. Who in their right mind would like it? With your dick in your hand. Especially. Common sense. God dang it.
Dance routine or whatever. So I would probably work on that one, because I don't know if that's going to be sufficient.
That's Wes, real talk, as Chef says. The problem is, I know I'm telling the truth, but the way things are in the context, it looks like I'm guilty.
Okay, yeah, I think I made y'all listen to this again. Sorry.
I want to be as honest as possible. No,
That's a good start.
Poured out my blood and, pardon me?
No, that's a good start. So what would be the second question that you were concerned about?
I think that's the main thing. I mean, everything else is going to be humiliating.
There has to be. Well, then that's it. What is your biggest concern at all? Is it that is it further humiliation? What is it that worries you the most? Because you've already done stage 1, which was the apology. So what is it that worries you most about this next part when you're going to get on with many syllables? And I'm sure she's going to ask you some questions that are hard to answer. And that shying away from those would probably be the worst thing to do. So
Yeah.
Let's ease you into that. So give me some examples of
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Give me some examples of questions that are going to be hard to answer. Are there certain people that you don't want to be addressed, or was there anyone that you feel was maybe left out of the apology that you would want to address with her while talking to her?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, as far as the work, first, if I can just give you an update. I got contacted by the social worker who's got the master's degree.
Okay.
He talked to me. I just finished scanning his documents and sending it back to them. So I am going full speed ahead ASAP for getting into counseling.
So that was going to be my question. Is there going to be, an apology part 2 where you kind of show that, because we discussed it, and a lot of these guys on TCAP would say, well, I was looking into getting therapy, and maybe now I need to. What was the teacher? What was that jackass's name who drove the Corvette?
I will say this. Excuse me. There's one person that I can think of quickly in the TCAP realm that when I hear his updates, well, the last one I heard at least was good. I don't know if he's still doing good, but that actually am happy for him because I do believe he was in a dark space in his life. But Chris Urban, the guy that didn't take a shower, because come on, if he was going to do something, he would have taken a shower, right? He brought the watered down vodka. He really didn't want to lose that, sir. His drugs, his methamphetamines. I really don't want to lose that. Or whatever he said. Oh, poor thing. Not poor thing. I'm just saying, like, man, he was in a bad spot. So, like, I really like to see that the last update I saw, he's doing well. And I do believe he's the very small case of these people who actually got quote unquote better. But you know what I mean?
He was talking about, oh yeah, well, maybe this is kind of the kick in the pants I need to push me that direction. But then there's never any follow-up with it. And if you watch, if you watch some of the, the predator catching channels on YouTube, there's one of the guys. God, I can't remember the name of it right now. The dude's name is Neo, but he said, like, you want me to take your video down? Contact me. He gives them all information on how they can seek help in their area, and he says, contact me after and show me proof that you're trying to get help and you're taking this seriously, and I'll take the video down. So what would you want if someone was if, like, say, Mackenzie or Mac and Cheese or Mackenzie Cheese, whatever, if Mac and Cheese were to contact you and say, I'll remove the Google Drive if you do blank, what would it be? Like, what would you be willing to do? Would you make a second apology where you're showing the progress that you're making, or what are you willing? Because that's another question I'm sure you'll be asked, is what is the ultimate end game for you, and how would you like this to end?
I definitely like the idea of an update video sometime in the future saying, I have been getting counseling. These are the steps I've taken. I think
he wanted that because it secured him an ability to stick around for some reason. That's what I think.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I would not shy away from that.
Okay. And so, yeah, you'd be willing to update the people on your progress as you go through with that, and I'm sure people would appreciate that. What is something that you don't, what would it be? What would make you want to terminate the interview, or what's going to really turn you off if you get asked about it? What's off limits?
I don't think there's anything, which is very easy to say because I have no idea what's coming. Well, not no idea, but I would think of anything. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. From what she's told me, it sounds like she wants very much to be impartial and fair. It's not a shock interview where she's going to sandbag me. She's going to try.
I loved Minnie's. She'd be like, sure. Whenever it was clear, she did not agree with what he said, it was a sure. Like, because I felt like she was so direct, and I never got the chance to meet Minnie at all. But and I don't think I appreciated how good she did the interview until recently. But it's like, dang, she was quick with some of these too, like rebuttals and things like that. Man, But what did Jordan give her, an 8? Something like that? Because she messed up whenever he was asking her to reformulate questions, like whatever.
Try to be as, let's say, Mr. Spock-ish, even while she, of course, has her own feelings. Of course. I really want to do this. I will tell you, I have been going through thoughts of completely terminating and closing my YouTube account. I'm very glad I did the apology, and I'm glad I'm doing this interview. What happens after that, I would wish that it never gets talked about again, but that's not super realistic.
So if she asks you,
I would hope that people either leave me completely in my life and hate me, or reach out in a practical way.
If she asked you a hypothetical,
be prolonged.
if she asked you a hypothetical, like, what would you be willing to do to make this all go away and never be spoken about again? Do you have an answer prepared for that? Because people love asking
I absolutely
hypotheticals.
don't.
Oh yeah, you
absolutely
gotta get those hypotheticals. That's almost like being asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years at a job interview? You've got to have the hypotheticals ready. So let's test that one. I'm many syllables. Jorrun, what would you be willing to give in order to make this all go away? If you could snap your fingers, and for lack of a better term, make a wish and make it all disappear, what would you be willing to do?
I haven't thought of that. The main thing I've thought about is counseling, so I can change myself. So in future, I treat everybody the way they should be treated. Basic human decency.
Yeah, that's not really an answer to the question. That sounds kind of like a candy.
I don't have an answer.
Well, that's why we're doing
really
this,
don't know.
Jorrun. That's why we're doing this, so you can come up with an answer. Like, what would you be, if that question is asked, you can't say, well, I'm going to counseling. It really does sound like a canned answer.
I haven't thought that far into the future, Wes.
All right, well, Jorrun,
I haven't thought past today.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this right now. I'm trying to help you out here. So, if she asks you that question, what would your answer be? Because just going to counseling isn't going to make it go away, and any of those other things. I know you mentioned, not wanting to get rid of your YouTube channel, and that's understandable. What is your plan with that? What if that was the hypothetical, Jorrun? Would you, if you knew that deleting your channel would make this all go away, would you do it? Your answer would be what?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
And deleting all, and never having another channel, getting rid of the music
Hello,
channel, just
Rachel D.
completely being gone from YouTube. Jorrun, would you trade that for making this all go away?
That would suck incredibly. I would hate to do it, but I'd do it.
Okay.
He would do it, but then he'd resurface. Maybe I don't know in the community or not, but he definitely resurfaced.
And then let's practice another question. Okay, about this one, Jorrun, why would you think, after the things that you've done, that you would be able to come back to a community that actively trolls and hates on people who sexualize children?
I don't think.
Duh.
You don't think? I don't. What does that mean?
Pardon
like
me.
a statement, or?
No. It is. If you already know me.
I don't.
But
What should you say? I don't. Did he just say that? Okay, I'm at 1448. So if I fuck this up again, hold on.
I don't. What does that mean?
pardon
like
me.
a statement, or?
No. It is. If you already know me.
I don't.
But
I don't. I never
But
heard
I
that before.
don't think that they should want me around or welcome me with open arms.
What? Saying things that people want to hear? Not the way, man. I bet he still acts like this.
I haven't proved myself to have the right integrity.
Hey, size of a beetle bug.
I have no problem with people who dislike me for the good reasons I've given them to, not trust me.
Okay. All right. And I don't want to take too much of your time because I know you guys are supposed to get on the phone in 10 minutes here. But another question that may come up is now that there are comparisons being made between you and Lauren Armstrong, what are your thoughts on that? And again, I was acting as many syllables when asking you that question.
Wow, I actually have an answer for that one.
Oh, perfect. Let's hear it.
My answer is I want to be as unlike Lauren Armstrong as humanly possible.
Well, let me interrupt you there. Lauren wants to be unlike Lauren Armstrong as well. No one wants to be that.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I would work on that intro a little bit, because saying you don't want, Lauren doesn't want to be a liar. He just needs to figure out why. Lauren doesn't want to be a lot of things. He doesn't want to smoke. He just needs to blah blah blah. So I would work on that opening a little bit. But yeah, continue. So let's ask the question again. And again, I'm many syllables. Jorrun, now that comparisons are being made between you and Lauren Armstrong, what are your thoughts on that? Looking back at your old content, of course, what are your thoughts on that now?
I think there were times where I was way too close to thinking and acting like Lauren. Mm-hmm. And I want to do my very best to change and get counseling, and most importantly, not run away from responsibility and to take blame, stuff that Lauren has never done. That's the best way I know of to not be like Lauren, is to admit there's a problem, to face it head on, take responsibility, and do the hard work to change.
All right, and let's do one more before you hop off here to get on that call. Now, you brought up your Christian upbringing in your apology. Can you explain why that was relevant? And do you think maybe any people who identify as Christian or religious in any way would take offense to that?
I don't think they would take. I haven't contemplated a way that they would take offense to that.
Well, maybe by saying, kind of like how Lauren was raised by Ma, you were saying, I was raised by Christ. So I should have known better. But maybe some people will look at using religion in an apology video as a kind of a cop-out, or I maybe feel sorry for me, or you can relate to me because I'm a religious person, and is that going to be your next step? Like, well, I've accepted Jesus or Vishnu or whoever into your life, and now you're going to be this better person. So what would your answer be to that, regarding people and being raised religiously?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask if you thought maybe that wasn't the best idea for the apology video to include that.
Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know. I do dislike people who name check Jesus or anyone else. It's like, see, because obviously the predator is like, no, I could not have done this. I worship blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted to give people.
He could not have done this because his feelings for Tiffany since the beginning have been sisterly.
My background and how I was taught.
Mm-hmm.
And I was foolish to ignore the great advice I was given.
Well, I would ask this: if you were able to ignore that and sexualize high school girls and below, would you say you were ever actually religious, or were you maybe playing religious?
I was. I've changed quite a bit over the past 20 years. In some ways good, in some ways not.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very, very super religious up till at least 25, and I still have parts of me that are spiritual. For what it's worth, you personally, I've been praying quite a bit today, yesterday.
Today and yesterday. Okay.
Parts of me that are spiritual. For what it's worth, you personally, I've been praying quite a bit today, yesterday.
Well, that that timeline when you're saying until 20 years ago or whatever, is that going to match up to things that are going to be found online?
Yes.
Yeah, so everyone will see that. Nothing. There was nothing inappropriate or untoward towards women or genie fan fiction or anything like that written prior to kind of when you broke away from your religious ideals and teachings.
Well, the two timelines are exactly the same. So that is absolutely true, because I didn't even get online the first time till 1997. And within a year of that, I was out of the church.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's probably an interesting story to tell all in itself. So maybe you should, consider that in the future for content along with the fasting stuff. And then one last one. What would you rate if you had to rate? Because I've heard this asked before. Looking back over the last 16 hours or so, if you had to rate the apology video, what would you give it today?
I would give it a 9.
Okay. And that's on the scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
All right.
Now, my original one, without your help, much lower.
Okay.
But the one I put out at the end, where I really...
So you really left it all, left it all on the field, like I said. Your coach wouldn't be yelling at you because you left them out there. You put it all on the field.
No.
All right.
Wow, I actually have something to be happy about. Yes, I'm happy.
No, yeah, absolutely should be happy about that. And do you have a joke or anything like that to lighten the mood, or if one's asked for, do you have anything at all to give? Because you are a comedian,
That's a great one. I had 2 quotes, but honestly, I was like, what if I start with a joke and people think I'm not taking it seriously?
I think a joke is a great idea. Do you have one ready?
Okay. I was going to do 2. I was going to do what should happen to me, maybe sent to an island.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is the only time I think Jorrun was actually funny. If he would have ended with "I should be sent to an island," I think everyone in the community would be like, all right, Jorrun, you got one, But nope, he didn't do it.
What's the other one?
Because I love Anthony Palumbo, she says how I feel. I go, I relax.
I say you open with the Anthony Palumbo and close with the sent to an island.
Okay.
I think you're ready. Now get out there and play ball.
Lord.
Yes, coach.
All right. Yeah. We'll let's plan to talk after to see how you feel after the interview, and then get on with your day and work on those improvements.
Thank you, Wes.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
That damn picture. All right. I am going to end up calling it for the stream. I was supposed to do my nails and stuff during it, and I didn't because I just kept my mic on. But all right. So I guess I didn't screw this up too much. I thought it would just be a hot mess all over the place. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me, and I will be back. Like I said, I think the more so the Jorrun streams, if I do another, which I will for Jorrly, will be more cerebral than just shit talking. But hey, that's gonna work. So yeah, I plan on. I can't run down the list right now. There's just so much, so much I want to squish into like a little time frame. But hopefully you'll join me. It'd be fun. And then I have missed TCAP, and maybe I'll do some TCAP stuff because that's where my heart truly belongs. And y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all later. I'm not going to close out because I don't really, I'll organize my stream stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to use StreamYard or anything like that, but it was fun, and I will see you later.